Hi guys, welcome to the channel for a new battle report. So between all the tournaments that I'm playing online at the moment, I still found the time to play a practice game against a French player who was playing KOE. This was the occasion for me to try out a list that I was intended to play in a tournament and I wanted to have some practice on it. So this was the list that I had in mind. So basically we have Master Thaumaturgy. The change for me is double blocking core instead of the small darts. Then I kept some Mergvets, a small unit of Tusker, and then I have a Thunder Cannon as well. I bring some Ogre crossbow. So I wanted to include some shooting without losing too much. The idea of having a strong power force in close combat, still have a lot of units, a lot of threats, and being quite good in combat. I wanted to try out to bring a little bit more shooting. So we are talking about this idea of adjusting the balance between combat, range damage to get something optimal. And here basically I'm bringing a double Keen Eater to get chaff option if I need to. Ambushing option also could be here an ID. And I have, as you can see, a lot of crossbow, 9 crossbow, strength 6 total, plus the cannon. So that should be enough to be a threat for single model. My opponent was playing the following. We have a very tanky Duke. I discovered it was like a short-term battle, so I had no time to really analyze the list. But basically has a 1-up, rerolling the 1 armor save and then a 4-up ward save. So that's very tanky. It's so hard to make wounds on this guy. He's very strong on the charge, and then it's okay, but on the charge very dangerous. Then he had a Hippo, BSB, Damsel on Erotic Steed, Adept Shamanism. The other part of his magic is Courtier of the Dusk, Lady Courtier, who is bringing some Druidism spell. Then in core he had 2-time Sergeant, 1 time a boss of Realm Knight, then a boss of Quest Knight, with a Stalker Standard, 3 Penitent to open the game, and then the Fey Knight, Champion of the Green Knight, which is also really good with the forest effect. The fact that he's in a forest, and basically if you touch him, if you impact him, you are counting as being in the forest as well. So this generates DT, loss of ranks bonus. So that's really a nice addition for this model that can basically... it's a good compensation of neglecting the opponent's static res, and that's kind of helpful if you're a single model. We played Spoil of War, Refuse Flank, so diagonal. I had Slay the Beast, needed to kill one of the Dukes. I think it's kill or fleeing, or I think the Decimated also works. And for him it was Seize Insecure. He needed to plunder one piece of train during turn 3 up to 6 basically. Matchup analysis quickly. So we have a single model based list, lot of threat, fighty lords, very version 2.0-ish I find. Looks like really like an old King of Equitaine list, but still quite good. Spoil of War is good news for me definitely, because no board control needed. It's going to push towards me, very aggressive list, full close combat. So obviously like a center would be a loss for me on the primary most likely. So spoil is definitely good news. Secondary, yeah, I could kill the Duke. I have range damage most likely. Could get one of them. For him to plunder depends a bit on the side, if he can adjust that or if I can choose, but seems doable. Pass to victory, yeah, for KOE, I mean attack, that's what's going to do. And for me, reducing number of threats by using range damage, and the block need to cover themselves. That should be the golden rule here. No big advantage to start, I felt, because of spoil, and yeah, I want to see where he goes, choose the matchup. So I think here would be better to choose the side due to his secondary most likely. That would be my option. Yeah, I think KOE is always challenging for Ogre Khan because of the high charge range, the ranks and stuff. He can do a lot of damage on the charge and break most of my units. So that obviously a dangerous matchup, which makes me rate it slightly negative. Deployment wise, I was able to pick the side. But basically nothing was good due to those 2 impassable. The way they are placed, that was going to be annoying for me no matter what. So I decided my choice of side based on the fact that it makes this train to plunder the hardest combination for him. That was basically my decision process. But obviously this impassable in the middle of my line is highly annoying, and it makes it challenging for me to deploy with the amount of footprint that I have. He dropped everything for first turn, went with a single model left flank. You have Duke, Courtier, Fey Knight, Damsel, then Sergeant, you have the Quest and Penitent, so a bit more like the Knights up top and the very tanky Duke here in the middle with the Penitent. From my side, so I choose the Chaff obviously to be here, then I elected Bruiser and Tusker to protect the flank here, and on the bottom part I have Mercenary Guerrillas, Tribesmen, the Halberd, Merkvert, Frosty and the Cannon, basically thinking I can move slightly back, maybe those guys a bit to the side, and get the Cannon as a countercharger, and yeah, also have a good line of sight on the Hippogriff. It would be a prime target for me. He's turn 1, he pushes towards me, Magic Face, I dispel Swarm of Insect, and he gets a Stone Skin on one of his model. So he's in good position. I think I could have easily avoided that out of line of sight here. This model is not so threatening, but I forgot that he had Vanguard, to be honest with you. So that's why he was able to escape line of sight. Other than that, nothing crazy to mention. My 1, I don't move that much. I try to readjust. I expect him to attempt some charges. I have counters set up, so we will see how that goes. The Keen Eater tried to move a bit around. He could charge me, I could charge after. The other one is ready here to chaff, but there is nothing really I could do that was that nice for me. So basically I gave him charge, everybody's in the front, and if he gets into the Keen Eater, he will be blocked against the Impassable, and then I have the Bruiser nearby. In the Magic Phase, I get a Wrath of God down, he dispelled the Rain of Fire, so I get it somewhere here. Cannon on the Hippogriff on 5 up, I was in long range, I don't hit, and then I shoot with my crossbow on the Hippo. He has a 3 up, 6 up, so moves to 5 up, 6 up. I managed to do 2 wounds because he takes no cover from the ruin. He forgot about that. Hey, number 4 doesn't take any cover from ruin, so that's nice for me. Some wounds done on the Hippo. He moved the Hippo back on his turn 2. He attempted 2 charges here. That was, I think, a 4 Swift and a 5 Swift, and he failed both of them. I checked a little bit the stat. That's the Fey Knight alone against my Merkvets, so it's kind of drawish. Seems okay for me. I would most likely be here, and then I have counter charge. And the Courtier alone, I mean, I kill him easily, so that's a once fight for me. So that would have been very risky if the Courtier comes alone. If both of them come together, yeah, then that's annoying for me, definitely. That would have been risky, and then I have still the counter charge setup, but that would have started to be annoying for me, obviously. What else does he make? The Penitent charge my Keen Eater. He moves his big unit to push towards the bottom side. Yeah, he sees that I'm kind of... My army is split into both halves, and basically is targeting the south part of the map with his higher mobility, which makes sense for him. What else happens? In the Magic Phase, he's going to get Swarm of Insect, do 1 wound on my cannon. I dispel Stone Skin on the... Basically, I want to charge those units here, Courtier and Fey Knight, so I want to dispel any buff. So I dispel Stone Skin, and he gets heal on the Hippogriff, so he heals a wound. Close combat, my Keen Eater pops, and Wrath of God comes down and kill 2 Knight of the Realms, which is a good start. Just to mention for you, I thought it was quite interesting. So that's the position of his 3 Penitent Knight here. After the overrun, he elected to overrun, I think to avoid me making the overrun into the Fey Knight. So he basically overrun here. And then my opponent told me that I can't charge the Fey Knight because I'm breaking this red line and there is no align move, so that would be illegal. I checked afterwards with also some friend of mine that are quite good in the rules. And basically the charge is legal because as now he can do, that's something also that was modified. So I don't blame my opponent for that, it's hard to know, but basically he would have to close the door like that. That's totally okay. The problem would be if he cannot close that door like this, then the charge would be illegal. So if something prevents him to closing that door that way, that would be legal. So basically here the charge of the Bruiser against the Duke on the Phase Steed would have been legal, which yeah, we didn't know at the time, but that was a learning for me and maybe a learning from you, so I thought I might just share it for you, but we just played it that it was impossible. We thought the combination of charging between the Keen Eater and the Bruisers in the Penitent trying to overrun, but then he would charge me with the Realm, so I didn't like the fact that I would need the overrun. So on my turn, what I did do, I will show you like this to maintain some suspense. The Mergvets went on a 2-up against the Courtier. Then I sent the Frost Mammoth on 4 Swift Stride. I sent the Bruiser obviously here. And I had a juicy charge with the Keen Eater here against his Duke. Remember, his Duke is quite killy on the charge, but not on the charge. I have a charge and a flank. -3, the BSB is far away. I mean, everything can happen. He's tanky, obviously, but he has only strength 4. Good amount of attack, but I mean, if he fluffs a little bit, I could easily win the combat by 1 or 2 and make it a complicated check for him. So I thought it was a very interesting charge. Unfortunately, I didn't make it. The other 2 charges I made, so that was quite interesting. I suffered 2 wounds from the DT due to him being in the forest because I mounted. That was annoying. And here the charge of the Mergvet, they cannot maximize more. And I checked, I have a very nice overrun here because I'm 120 millimeter. I can fit here in the middle. He couldn't charge here unless those guys make some way and really free the pass, but I have some flee position and stuff. So that charge would have been not possible, and then the Hippogriff would be in the front, couldn't charge me. So I could get 2 units, one of them being scoring, replace Spoil of War. That seems quite interesting for me. So yeah, I thought kind of exciting. I have 12 attack on Battle Focus, strength 6 on the Courtier. Should be enough. We will see how that goes. The rest, I move out of the unit with my BSB, move a bit the cannon as well. So I move away to basically, if he charge the crossbow guys, I can easily flee on the charge of the quest. If he charge only with the Fae, I would stay and then most likely counter charge, so that would be fine. And if he charge against the Tribesman, I have charge of the cannon and my BSB. What I didn't know at the time is the fact that his Fated guy is so tanky, and then even with flank charge against him, there is no chance that I break this guy if he charge my big block. So actually I have no real solution for him basically. Magic Phase. I get Hereditary on the Frosty. I felt this is a dicey combat and Hereditary might give me the edge. He has 4 strength 6 attack if I'm not mistaken, 4 strength 4. So basically it doesn't wound me that much. I have a charge. I don't have the rank due to this forest. Yeah, and then I have the D3 impact. Strength 6, 4 attack, strength 6, 6 attack, strength 5. So I felt that's a combat that I could potentially win and get out the Fated would be really nice. So I tried that. Then I 4 dice, -1 to wound on the combat of the Mergvets. But unfortunately, I whiffed and I failed and then it dispelled the rest. Cannon against the quest, I managed to do 1 wound, short range but movement. But he was also solid, so that helps a little bit. Crossbow shoot at the realms. I managed to do 3 wounds on the realms. And then Mergvets combat. I managed to do 3 wounds to him, which is average. I managed to do 1 wound, slightly lower. But I have a charge. I have 2 ranks and standard. So I'm up by a bunch, like charge. 2 ranks standard, so 4, 7, up by 6. He has a 3 rollable and he made it. So, annoying. I would like to have the overrun. Frost Mammoth, I think I did a wound. Yeah, I did a wound, he did a wound. He's stuck on -1, 8 rollable. So yeah, not what I wanted. And then I killed the Penitent and Pivot. I wasn't too nervous of the charge of the realm due to the fact that my Bruiser have Resolute rank. I felt that's a combat I can should be able easily to hold. What I didn't anticipate too much is what's going to happen. So yeah, on his turn 3 is going to charge the Tribesman block, which is not well covered. I only have the cannon and the BSB to counter charge. And yeah, like I said, his Lord is so killy. Luckily for me, he failed that one, which was a 4 Swift. This one he failed, was quite long, like 5 or 6. And he made the Hippo. We reformed slightly, so I had to do first the Mergvets and then the Frosty to be sure that the Frosty doesn't break and I strike before the Courtier, so that was sure. The only problem is in my reform I cannot maximize more against his little guys, so I cannot get any additional Mergvets to strike at his Courtier, so that's a bit annoying. But he made one thing wrong, is in my maximization I went like that, so still 2 model base contact, and he he reformed the Faced this way, and he charged this corner, and actually that's illegal. He should have charged here because I have one model here that is not in contact with anyone, and that's not legal. Basically, he needed to engage the model that was not engaged. I elected not to charge with the Sergeant, which surprised me because we play spoil. I think I forgot a bit about that ID. This unit, for some reason, just advanced towards the water. I didn't really get why. I should have just continued to move away and maintain some stalemate here on the left flank. I think there was no need to really move forward on spoil here. What happened then in the rest of the turn? So he uses Horizon +2 offensive on Hippo and Fey Knight. He got +1 strength on the Duke in the close combat with my Merc Vets. He got Savage Fury on the Duke in close combat with my Tribesman. Then what happened combat, my Frosty will win by 1, but the Faced will hold again. Then in the combat of the Merc Vets, he will do some damage, like kill one model. Then I can strike, I kill the Courtier, the 2 remaining wounds, so at least I took more points that I'm worth, and I deleted him some magic, so that's good. And I lost by 1 and I fled, which is frustrating because if he would have charged like he should have done here on this right flank, I would have had one model of Merc Vets that would have struck at him. 3 attack, 4+ battle focus, 3+. He has then, I think, 6 up, 6 up. There is a good chance that I do a wound, and if I do, then I stick. So different situation here. I broke from combat, he run me down, so yeah, a bit different. A bit different. My turn 3, what happens? We are stuck on the left. I'm stuck against his Fey Knight and his Fey Duke. And as you can see, I mean, he did so much damage. I see that there is no counter charge worth it here. If I'm bringing something, I'm going to break, and there is no way I'm going to achieve anything. So I don't engage. I know that my master is lost, my brick of Tribesman is lost. I just move away a bit with the BSB. My crossbow guy went out of arc. They went in a slightly different situation. I think that was my mistake the turn before. I didn't anticipate enough the charge against the Tribesman, but my Merc Vets should have been angled that way, basically, to still make the flee possible. I didn't want to take the -1 for movement, but I think it was key to organize this counter charge on the Duke. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing decision for me. Anyway, the Tusker charge against his guy. I suffered a wound on the DT. The Bruiser charge, the Realm Knight that failed charge the turn before. He fled, but he fled very short, like 3 inch, and I was able to catch him on the 4+, so that's very good news. I get the first primary objective, and I move the Keen Eater to organize some chaff. In the magic phase, I got Children of Umi on the Frosty. I still believe my Frosty can do it. And then Rain of Fire, 5 dice against his mage, trying to take some points, but he dispelled with 5 dice. I know that my mage is going to die, so I wasn't too anxious about the 5 dice. Crossbow shoot at, I think the crest. I did maybe, I had only the crossbow from the BSB. And I managed to do 1 wound on the crest. The cannon didn't hit the Hippo on 5 up. And the Tusker, yeah, he breaks auto, decimated, so he dies. So I take a 2nd point for Spoil of War. But that one was easy. I think he should have avoided that. The Frosty managed to, I think, kill the Fey Knight and reform, which was this time a bit fortunate for me. And the Fey Knight continued to do damage, the Fey Duke damage on my big units. Yeah, as you can see, my Frosty has only 2 wounds left, but I managed to kill the Fey Knight thanks to Children of Umi. So that was really nice operation for me, and we are entering already the final stage of the game. He charged with the crest to get a scoring unit. The rest just reposition, but as you can see, he hasn't so many left, and I have 2 tokens, so I'm just going to try to defend that advantage from the primary. I didn't take the secondary, and for mine, I need to do some damage with shooting. I dispel Swarm of Insect in the magic phase. He got Savage Fury on the crest. Close combat, he kills me. My mage pops and overrun with the crest. To be not seenable from the Merc Vets. I think that was his ID. My turn 4, I move forward with the Frosty out of arc of everybody, threatening the Sergeant. I reposition the other unit, don't take any risk, move back with the crossbow. My shooting unit don't move at all. Magic phase, nothing crazy, got a Rod of Battle, and that's the stat of the cannon against his Duke on Faced. I wouldn't have thought that it's so low to make some wounds on him. I managed to do 2 wounds, as you can see, so hitting on 4+, then it's a 2+, but he has a 5 up, rolling the 1, and a 4 up. I managed to do 2 wounds, and then I was completely, how should I say, obsessed by that Duke, thinking, yeah, I think I need only decimated to get my Slay the Beast. So 1 wound is needed. So I thought, okay, let's shoot all the crossbow on him, which is 7 crossbow. We might do something, but again, it's a 3 up, rolling the 1 and a 4 up. So low likelihood to do anything on him. Should have shot at the hippo here. Anyway, he's turn 5, he charged the Murkrets, I flee. The rest pushes forward, he put the sergeant in front of my bruiser to tempt me to charge. He moves also with the hippo. That's about it. And yeah, last turn I couldn't have seen the hippo with my cannon. That's why I shot that. But I think the right move would have been to move a bit here to get the short range and a line of sight basically on him. That was doable. And then it's a 5 up, 2 up, and he only has a 6 up ward save, and then I do straight wounds. So I think that would have been better odds for the remaining of the game, because I'm only going to try to shoot. Yeah, that's his 5, nothing crazy to mention. Magic Phase. Magic Phase, what happened? He got Swarm of Insects. I Dispel. Yeah, he got also the +1 strength somewhere. And Savage Fury on my bruiser in case I would charge. My turn 5, I charge with the Keen Eater, move the bruiser away, prepare the Tusker for counter charge turn 6. I'm going to rally my Merc Vets, move a little bit the BSB to shoot, move the Frosty to shoot. And I'm still obsessed by that Duke, so I'm going to continue to shoot at him despite the low likelihood. A Magic Phase, yeah, dispel everything. I shot with the cannon and the crossbow, I do nothing on the Duke. The Keen Eater is going to stick basically. He's done 6. Yeah, he moved forward with the Phase Steed to force my cannon to move. Hide some of the stuff. He charge again with the crest against my Murkrets. I flee again. And then he has no overrun, nothing crazy. The close combat will not go well. He has static 2. But I still have 4 attack hatred on a 4+ and then 2+. And he only has strength 3 attack, but he will still manage to do 2 wounds to the Keen Eater. And I pop because he has 4 to 0 divided by 2. I think I'm stubborn and stable, and then I popped. So I was like, my Keen Eater died from some Sergeant light lance. That was very impressive. Therefore, on my 6, I charged them with the Tusker, but now they can flee, so I'm only taking a half point. And then I position on my shooting to try to kill the Duke. I'm obsessed. I'm going to rally the Merc Vets. I shoot everything at the Duke. I do nothing. And that's how we're going to finish the game. So it ended up being yeah, just checked before that I messed up here with the point, but that's the correct score. So it's 100 more than that, but it's still 11-9 plus 3 from the primary, which is 14-6 for me. I could have got a bit more due to the secondary and the Duke. I think I should have been able to get that. While on his side, he should have been able to save, at least to draw the spoil. I think here he made some mistake that gave me the spoil. Post-game analysis, yeah, plenty of action, lot of combat. Annoying map for me. I found no good setup. I just tried to deny him the secondary, which at least that worked quite well. Turn 2, yeah, the double fight is riskier and then unexpected. With the forest, if he gets the Fey Knight and the other guys also as well, it's kind of dangerous for me. I didn't expect the courtier to hold my my charge, but still, I mean, that was nice with that Merc Vet unit that's quite cheap. I mean, despite the counter charge, I was still able to kill the courtier, get more point that I'm worth it, ruin a little bit his magic, so that was still worth it. The Frost Mammoth was dicey. I ended up on top, being a bit lucky. I wasn't on the charge, but then I was lucky a bit later, so that was nice. Yeah, I didn't get why he gave me away the Sergeant. The other Sergeant could have get some spoil as well, so I think he should have done definitely things better for the spoil and could have been able to win it or at least draw it. Turn 3, yeah, the charge. I should have repositioned my crossbow mercs better, and I talked about turn 4 to 6. I think if I focus the Hippo between turn 4 and 6 is dead at the end of the game. So I didn't realize how tanky his Duke was. And I mean, I don't know what's the correct expression for that, but as soon as I did the 2 wounds on the Duke, I felt, okay, finally something, that's nice, I'm going to get points, and the secondary here. But actually that was like, yeah, can we say a blessing in disguise? Like something you think like it's a present going well, but actually that was rather bad news for me, because after I got those 2 wounds I was fully obsessed on finishing the Duke, and it was almost undoable because the likelihood was low. So one time I had luck, but after that it's just normal that I wouldn't have another time luck. So yeah. Realizing also that with Canon nowadays only AP4 on non-high 5 single model, non-solid single model with a 1-up 4-up, it's really hard to do anything on them. Thaumaturgy, yeah, I didn't like it, but that's basically the list more or less that I'm playing for the Swiss tournament final phase. So I will have to live with that. Shooting was really nice addition to the list, I felt. I still need to adjust my playing of the crossbow, when to move, when not to move, stuff like that. And they are not the same threat. You saw his Quest Knight, he was able to move in front of me and don't care at all about the charge of the crossbow mercs. If it was any kind of fighty mercs or Tusker, he wouldn't have done that. So it's obviously weaker in close combat, but I think the shooting addition is for the list is kind of nice. And yeah, another confirmation for me that KOE remains a very dangerous matchup for Ogre Khan. It's a lot of things can go wrong in this matchup due to the fact that higher charge range, very deadly on the charge. That's very complicated for Ogre Khan. Guys, thanks a lot for watching this battle report. I hope you liked it. And I will talk to you soon on the channel for other battle reports. Plenty of game going on at the moment for me. So a lot of battle reports coming on the channel, which is good news for you. Take care, goodbye.